Do you see my bruise right here? And I have one here, and I have one here. It's because your girl got some face stuff done. And I thought, well, I'm gonna share it with you just so you know, because what I got done over my lip, brand new. I've never heard of that before in that area, and talked to some friends of mine who had not either. So I don't know if they're just like now doing it there. And so far, it's only been, I went Thursday, today's Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's only been 4 days, right? So I'm going to talk to you about it and tell you why I like it. Now, obviously, you see, I don't really do much with my hair. It's just, there's too much, I don't know, it's just not my thing. So when I stopped coloring my hair, see my grays? You know, I stopped coloring it just because it just, it was my thing. It wasn't so much even about the chemicals. I just didn't feel like the upkeep, right? Because I'm not always available to just go get my hair cut, and it just became a thing. So I let this go. So with my face, in the past, and if you haven't, you can go back in the YouTube, you'll see when I first got my Botox, I've only had Botox 3 times, filler twice, and the thread above my lip once. And I'm going to talk to you about that. If I sound a little funny, it's only been 4 days. And so it's a little pokey, and I'm going to explain what that means. So they're called PDO threads. Okay. So the idea of that is, instead of filling it or creating the paralyzation of that muscle like Botox does, it literally just creates a space for your natural collagen to kick in. So it's more of it's like an attractor. And I've spent probably thousands and thousands of dollars over the years on skin products. Now, my skin, thank God, is just naturally this way because I only wash my face in cold water. I've only ever washed my face in cold water. I hear it all the time how, oh, it closes your pores. Well, let them stay closed because it works for me. And I only use like natural products there. Now on the inside of my face, it ain't about natural products. It's about whatever I want to put in there. So what they did, let me see if I can show you. So what they did, this right here, do you see this right there? That's just because I like when she does one here and one here of Botox, because it gives me an instant brow lift. As you get older, I'm 51, and as you get older, your eyelids do start to do this like sag thing. It's gravity, right? Like just what happens. And you start to lose the elasticity of your face. And it doesn't matter how much you put externally, you cannot create more volume, right? Like you could take collagen pills, you can do all that. No, it just isn't going to be effective, and you're going to be wasting a lot of money. So, but what they did was do you see this is going away. So she went ahead and she put the filler in here because I start to look a little bit like the Nightmare Before Christmas, and it just hollows me out. So when I was talking to her about it, I said, hey, it seems like the filler that I got that was supposed to last a little bit longer didn't. And she goes, yeah. She goes, you have a very thin face. And if you work out and stuff, your metabolism, because it just dissolves it. It metabolizes it, right? And Botox only lasts 3 to 4 months if you're lucky, So with that being said, she said she's going to try something new under my eyes, and she put just a little bit here, just a little bit, just to kind of like balance me out. So I said, listen, I've had these smokers lines. They're not smokers lines because I'm not a smoker, but I drink water bottles, like put your lips in the water bottle and it can like pucker it. And she also said sometimes it's just genetic. Like sometimes it just happens. And it was really starting to get really creased here. And so the last time I had them do a little filler in this part of my lip, just the upper lip, nothing filled inside of my lip. And she goes, hey, listen, we want to not do a lot of that because you might start looking like a cat. And we don't want that like puckered up cat look because it's going to look really fake. So she said, how do you feel about threads? And I was like, I've heard of thread facelift, like where they put the PDO threads here and they like pull you up and it creates your own collagen. I was like, yeah, I'm here for it. She's like, yeah, we do that above the lip. So we're not filling it. It's just going to create, it's going to attract the moisture to that area, like the water inside, as well as create the natural collagen. It can dissolve in about 3 to 6 months, but the effects of that natural collagen come a lot longer, right? So you can have a longer term effect. So hopefully we'll see. I mean, my face responds to things differently, but so that's why you'll see some bruising here. And Saturday there was a lot more bruising, but like here. And it's just, so what she did was, do you see this where this bruise is? And I had one over here, right there. And so right here and right here is where they inserted the threads. She numbed my upper area with a dental block, and then she put in the threads. And again, it was Thursday, so you expect bruising, not a lot of heavy working out. I'm about 4 days out now. I could probably do a very light jog, which I might do later, but I could walk. You want to give that time just because your face is swelling and you don't want to mess things up. But I'm excited for it. And I'm like, you know what? I love it. And I only do that for me. I don't necessarily care what other people think about it. So this whole thing could be like something that you would never do, and that's okay. But for anybody who is considering doing it and they've never heard of Threads, up here, and again, it's really cool because it's going to add, it literally has removed, because of the fullness, right? It's removed. I guess it's filled it in. These areas that were here. So yeah, so that's really what I had done. And it's funny because she said, hey, listen, you've never had Threads before for about a week. She called them zingers, but she said, you're going to feel a little bit of poking. It's just until the thread softens, you're going to feel a little pokes. And I have, it's more internally. It's not like it's coming through like into my gum. It's just more or less knowing it's there. So getting used to it. But I got to tell you, like I said, I'm really, really, really pleased with it. I'm fortunate to already have really healthy skin. Like I said, I only wash my face with cold, ice cold water. It could be 11 degrees outside. I'm still only washing my face in ice cold water. It just works for me. So if it doesn't work for you, that's fine, but it does work for me. And so, yeah, so in a couple days, as I do more videos, you'll hopefully see it settle in. It takes about 2 good weeks to constantly kind of settle in, right? But I just wanted to share it with you. So yeah, these are PDO threads. Then I had the filler just under here. She didn't even have to add a lot, just a teeny tiny bit here, just a teeny tiny bit. And she did give me Botox here and here, and she said, you're going to want that because it might be a little sore. So when the Botox does, after 3 to 4 days, Botox kicks in and it like numbs that area. Not numbs it, that's a lie. It like, I don't know, I don't feel it. That I know, and that's all that matters. So, but yeah, so I thought I would share that with you. I do these things because it makes me happy. And it's always something that I share with you guys. Do the things that makes you happy. Don't do them with the worry. Some people aren't going to like what you're doing. Some people are going to disagree with it. They can, and they can keep it moving, right? Because you don't have to agree with the things that they do either. So I just say that to you, and I wanted to share that with you. And like I said, I have a little bit of a mustache here, a little bit of bruising, but honestly, not a lot. And they gave me the arnica, and I haven't even put it on there. Like the arnica really helps to stop bruising. Like it really does help heal it. Oh no, I just haven't. I'm just like, it's whatever. So, but yeah, that's the facial update. I'll let you guys soon.